This is for other people who do what I do. If Now We Drink ever reaches out and tells you to come on, I was so nervous before I came here. This has been so much fun.
Wait, you were nervous about coming on?
Oh my God, I have chronic anxiety. What do you mean?
What were you nervous about?
Okay, I'm always nervous about meeting new people. I am a neurodivergent person, so I definitely get in my head a lot, and I'm like, I feel like I have to act a certain way around certain people. But I'm not gonna lie, the second you open the door, I was like, okay, I see another neurodivergent person.
I'm neurotypical, damn it! I'm neurotypical. I
You're
swear.
fucking lying to me if you say that. But
Or I'm delusional. I could be not lying.
I don't even mean like autistic. I mean like if you have like ADHD or ADD.
Oh no, I have horrible
Or
ADHD.
if you're just somebody who just like, I've been around people where like, for example, my sister's fiance is somebody who is literally like, what do you mean you're depressed? What do you mean you're anxious? I've never experienced that feeling in my life. And
So she's a moron.
But it is so insane that there are some people, and I have like my best friend, I genuinely am like, do you ever get sad? Like, is there ever a moment where you're like, oh, hate myself? I'm not diagnosed.
No, so she's a moron. Only stupid people don't get sad.
Yes, I'm not diagnosed as an autistic person. I have severe ADHD. I got put on Adderall when I was 8 years old.
Share with the class.
Part of it is
Did you bring some for me?
I wish. I got banned from it when I was 14. That's what I was about to get into.
I mean, America will give you some. Don't worry.
I got put on Adderall when I was 8 years old. I was in grade 4. I don't know how y'all do it out here, but in Canada, elementary school, grade 4, I got put on Adderall. And by the time that I was 14, I got cut off from set Adderall and got put onto Vyvanse. And I'm not going to lie, because from the age of 9 onward, I got put on all these different medications like SSRIs and like anxiety and ADHD medication. Bruh, I had a substance abuse issue. Like, obviously, what 9-year-old needs Adderall? I would sit in class and be like this.
To be fair, 9-year-olds definitely shouldn't be boofing it.
Right? Right, like they
snort it like an adult.
Stop, that's so horrible. But like my poor parents, they were like, oh, we just need to get something figured out with her. But for me, like,
I feel like they're ill-equipped for the job if they're like, we got to figure this out. Like,
no, but I wouldn't go to school. I wouldn't.
Well, yeah, the vomit.
I'd call my mom every single first period, and she was a teacher as well at a different school, and she'd have to take a lot of time off work. Like, God bless my mother's soul. She got put through the fucking ringer with me. I was in and out of mental hospitals. I just really had, the main thing was around substances and vomit, but like
Mostly vomit.
Mostly vomit. That's what got me into substances, was they were like, hey, we need to medicate her because she's so scared to go to fucking school. And then it was like, okay, we medicated her too much and she's 14 and this is not normal.
When did you first do?
The very first time I was 14 years old.
How did you get introduced to 14?
I started smoking weed when I was 12 years old.
Well, don't give me that gateway drug bullshit.
No, genuinely. And I still smoke weed on a daily basis, and I don't think that it's a gateway drug. I think that people are born either with addictive personalities or not addictive personalities. If you look at my family heritage, I've had addiction throughout my entire family. Even before my grandparents, there was like issues with that. And I think that that's very significant. And when it comes to raising my own kids, I'm not going to medicate them earlier than they need to be medicated. They're going to have to figure this shit out organically. And that's something that I regret my parents didn't let me do. That being said, yes, there's a lot of addiction in my family. So putting me on a drug like Adderall when I was 9 years old was more of a gateway than weed was. But by the time I was 12, I was smoking weed on a daily basis. And I still smoke weed on a daily basis. It's my biggest coper. I no longer take any ADHD medications. I'm almost completely done with my medication beside my SSRI, because if I get off of that, my brain electrocutes itself.
Don't do that.
Like, I could have seizures. It's going to be a very slow week.
I do not want this to be your last appearance.
No, for sure.
Like,
for sure.
Otter 1 Season 2 wraps, and then Now We Drink episode, and Ashley's just gone.
But I do think that it's very specific for the person, and my mom was hyper aware of the fact that she knew there was addiction in our family.
But I want to roll it back. How'd you get introduced to that young of an age?
So I had started smoking weed. Shout out my weed dealer. He's still in jail because he also sold things that were other than weed. And then one time I was 13 years old and he was like, hey, have you ever tried? was like, oh my God, what? No, that I'd never do that. And he's like, here's a bag. Bring it to your next party and see how popular you get.
He just give you a gram?
Shit, bitch. No, he gave me an 8-ball. Are you kidding me? An 8-ball. Come on now. And like my parents are so aware. I've been super honest about it. Like almost every single time I meet a new person or I get into a relationship, it is something where I'm like, hey, if you ever see me being like, hey, I want to do don't let me do that. Because I was so young when I got addicted to it.
Actually, I don't consider this presumptuous. I think we're friends now. If I see
we are 110%.
If I see in your hand, I will slap it out of your fucking hand.
Yes, and that is like something that is super important. And God bless my fucking boyfriend because he is so like, oh my God, I never want to tell you what to do, which is so fucking hot. Because like, yes, don't tell me what to do. But sometimes in our like 3 years of being on and like together, I'm like, you should have told me maybe not to do that. Like, it's not controlling. It's like caring about my.
I'm just saying as a friend, I'm going to slap it out of your hand. I'm not going to tell you what to do. Just bop.
Yes, no. And part of like getting big on social media, a lot of people have been like, oh my God, obviously she does drugs. Look at the size of her. And that has been something that I've struggled with. But I feel like it gets worse once I got clean. First of all, October 21st marks a year of me being clean off cocaine.
All of 9 days ago.
Literally though.
So 9 days ago, 1 year anniversary. Congratulations.
Yes, and I'm so proud of myself. That's such a hard thing to do. I'm also 48 hours without a vape at the moment, which is so hard because I'm drinking right now. All I want to do is hit a fucking vape. Don't even tell me you have a vape.
I don't. Okay. I don't fuck around. I smoke cigars.
Okay, period.